Even with the Gamera series hitting consistently well with its intended audience, Dai Studio was facing significant financial hurdles, to the point where the future of the series was looking even more ominous. Still, the studio pressed on, quickly greenlighting another Gamera film, which, given the circumstances, was filmed under extreme duress, exhausting director Noriaki Yuasa and his crew, as costs were slashed and allocated all throughout production in an effort to save the studio from bankruptcy. Thus, Gamera vs. Zigra marks another dud for the franchise, embellishing in all the cinematic flourishes that made the lesser entries a chore to sit through. As massive earthquakes rattle the globe, two scientists, along with their kids, are brought on board an alien spacecraft, taken hostage by a woman claiming to be a representative of the planet Zigra, the inhabitants of which want to claim Earth as their new home. However, Gamera arrives in time to save them, after which he takes the fight to Zigra itself, transforming into a massive alien shark monster. The two battle it out, while at the same time the Zigrian woman is sent to eliminate the two children, who prove crafty enough to outwit her. But Zigra proves strong enough to knock Gamera out of commission, meaning it's up to the human race to revive him before Zigra takes total control over Earth. While Gamera vs. Jiger was a creative shot in the arm for the series, Gamera vs. Zigra is more of the same, and not in a good way. The film takes things back to the formula established in Gamera vs. Virus, meaning more low-grade alien invasions, a noticeable lack of exciting set pieces or spectacle, and a heavy focus on the antics of children, this time dialed up to nauseating levels. It was an effort to save a fledgling franchise, and in hindsight you can feel it, though as with even the worst of these films, there are differences and gems of inspiration that save it from being a total loss. The biggest gem of the film is unsurprisingly the new monster. While a disappointing creation in context of the plot, from a design standpoint it's an interesting and well executed creature, sporting a discernibly goblin shark-like design that balances familiar elements with the more wacky aesthetics that are common with Gamera's foes. And in another unique turn, Zigra isn't a Swiss army knife of abilities, instead relying on speed and the sharpness of its fins to keep Gamera on his toes. This makes him one of the more simplistic kaiju of the Gamera series, which is both refreshing and a curse, as this makes the fights between Gamera and Zigra pretty dull. So dull in fact that there are times when even they seem dreary-eyed and totally uninterested in doing battle with one another. Gamera vs. Zigra also has what might be the worst cast of characters in the series so far. Kids have been the center point for many movies now, but here they are particularly irksome, skewing even younger in an effort to appeal to even younger audiences. Their ability to outwit and outthink the scientists and military men around them is taken to laughable heights, to the point where the film eventually devolves into a chase sequence straight out of Scooby-Doo, where the two evade the grasp of Zigra's mind-controlled pawn played by Eiko Yanami, making her look embarrassingly incompetent in the process. Koji Fujiyama is back in his most substantial role since Gamera vs. Barugan, though unfortunately he spends much of it unconscious, and even when he is awake, he isn't given much to do. Everyone else is just cardboard cutouts. The older sister, the worried mother, all the archetypes are here, and blander than ever. Like the other cheaper entries in the series, Gamera vs. Zigra looks its budget, though also like those entries, what it manages to do with its limited resources is admirable. Much of the film takes place underwater, and the effects to bring the environment to life, while crude, are effective and give the film a unique atmosphere. Unfortunately, everything on land doesn't have nearly the novelty. Gamera and Zigra fight on land twice, during which Zigra somehow sprouts legs, and both fights are disappointingly sterile and short. It does sort of pay off though, in a ridiculous moment in which Gamera plays his theme song on the back of Zigra like a xylophone. It's so silly and self-aware, it just might be brilliant. Despite some clever ideas and an admittedly cool-looking monster, Gamera vs. Zigra is another low-grade entry in the Showa series, a last grasp of a franchise sitting on board a sinking ship. It panders to its younger viewers in even more extreme ways, padding the runtime with the annoying hijinks of its child actors and a nonsensical plot that is merely a retread of everything that came before. If it had some entertaining kaiju action, this could be forgiven, but aside from a few good moments, It's very dull. There's almost nothing here to satisfy anyone aside from young children. So while kids may be entertained, everyone else, even Gamera fans, may find themselves wishing they were watching something else. For more reviews and opinions on all things Gamera, subscribe and stay tuned to Up From the Depths.